Hello, everybody. It is Captain Marty Brill here. It is Monday. We've gotten to another weekend. Fishing was good in a lot of areas. And even though we had a lot of swell, everybody got out. Offshore, inshore, the whole deal. I'll tell you all about it in just a moment.
Locally owned and operated since 1971, Billy's Seafood has been providing the locals and visitors of the Outer Banks with some of the freshest seafood you'll find. Not too far off the beaten path down Collington Road in KDH, Billy's Seafood has become a landmark for those seeking top-notch seafood at affordable prices. Billy's Seafood also has beer, wine, grandma's tuna salad, and other groceries as well. To see more, go online to billyseafoodobx.com. Billy's Seafood, putting fresh seafood on your table for over 50 years.
When it comes to general maintenance or major modifications on your diesel vehicle, look no further than Wanchi's Off-Road Diesel Performance in Kill Devil Hills. Master mechanic Ryan Walker developed the plan for having his own auto shop over 20 years ago, and today he owns the premium diesel performance powerhouse of the Outer Banks. To have him and his crew take a look under your hood, give him a call today at 252-715-0025 or find him on social media. Wanchi's Off-Road Diesel Performance, the diesel performance powerhouse of the Outer Banks.
As I mentioned, there was a lot of fishing going on over the weekend, and we did pretty good without major squalls and weather. A little bit on the rough side Friday and Saturday, and calmed down a little bit yesterday. Down in Hatteras, the catches were good on the dolphin fishing. Small dolphin, mahi, and they were 3 to 5 pounds, 3 to 6 pounds, traditional bailers as we call them. And they had a real good bite on the king mackerel. Now that's a sign of fall right there. When the king mackerel start running and you get a lot of numbers really quickly. And before you turn up your nose at the word mackerel, just know that if you take care of them, ice them well, and know what you're doing when you freeze them, they're really good. But fresh, I mean, you give me a piece of fresh king mackerel on the dock tonight and watch what I do with it. Because to me, like an old guy told me back in the days of fishing on the Flamingo, the old headboat I fished on many years ago as a teenager, old guy would come, he was on the boat every Saturday, and he always told me, Marty, I'll tell you something you always need to remember. Every fish is good eating if you know how to prepare it, if you know how to cook it. And I found that to be very true. You can't always have a grouper. So, be happy with the king mackerel. They had a few blackfin tuna and just a few wahoo on yesterday, on Sunday, but man, on Saturday, I don't know, maybe you saw the catch my longtime sponsor, Jessie, on the Carolina Girl, Jessie Anderson. She had, I think it was 12 or 13 wahoo, a dock full of wahoo. And she's really got the knack for catches. And then also there was good dolphin fishing down there on Saturday. But she got in that little place where the conditions were perfect, and she got the mark that she's looking for, and she really did well. Oregon Inlet Fleet all through the weekend, great dolphin fishing, really good, mostly bailers. Same thing as in Hatteras and probably Ocracoke too. But real good dolphin fishing and scattered billfish. There were a few boats that came in with 3 to 5 billfish, a combination of everything, whites, sailfish, and blue marlin, pretty much equal numbers of each. But they had a few tunas, a few yellowfins, and a few blackfins, but it was not great tuna fishing overall for the weekend. There are boats that were fishing around the inlet, half-day boats, nearshore boats, inshore, whatever you want to call them. Some of them have been finding schools of drum outside the inlet and having a ball catch and release fishing. There's still very good ribbon fish exotic. They jump, they fight hard, and they're good to eat. And I never caught one in my life as a guide. That's because they're new to our area. Also, a few big bluefish around, some king mackerel and Spanish mackerel. And every once in a while right now, if the weather gets pretty enough, a few boats are tangling with a few cobia as well. As far as surf and pier fishing goes, of course, all the news is about the big drum. I know Avon Pier had a good drum bite during the day yesterday, but a lot of this pier fishing, like on Jeanette's Pier, Nags Head Pier, Outer Banks Pier, it's nighttime fishing. I tell you, it's for the hardy, but anytime you can catch a 41-inch drum off the end of a pier, that's like catching a blue marlin offshore. So really, really good, really the time of year. These people wait and wait and wait for this opportunity. And believe me, it is a spectator sport. It's fun to go out and watch them do that. But that's what's going on there. Now, as far as the surf goes, a real nice mixture of fish if the swell didn't wear you out, because it's hard to hold bottom when you have a big swell like that. I understand it's supposed to die out a little bit over the next couple days, but if you could hold bottom, and it might have been easier on the south side of Cape Point, but there was a nice combination of summer species, even though we're now into fall, and that would be pompano, spot, a few croakers, the same sea mullet. Well, not the same sea mullet, but the sea mullet that have been there all summer long, some tailor bluefish, and a few of those 8 to 10 pound bluefish, and even a few black drum and ribbon fish. And there's also was at least one cobia caught on the pier yesterday. And do appreciate Tony Lombardi from walkingangler.com sharing that like he does all the time, talking about places to go fishing that you don't need a boat. So we'll take a little break right here, and I'll come back and tell you about what's happening in the Sound. Hey y'all, Captain Marty here to tell you that when my friends are in the market for a new boat engine or repair, I send them to the best, and that's at Ratcliffe Marine in Bellhaven. Ratcliffe Marine is your official Suzuki outboard dealer. Suzuki motors are designed to get you on the water fast and get you back to the dock whenever you're ready. Ratcliffe Marine is also the largest repower center in North Carolina. So when you're in the market for a new motor or you need your Suzuki serviced, go to Ratcliffe Marine, 865 Highway 264 in Bellhaven. So back in the Sound, this is the time of year to get out there on those shoals and catch the big drum back there. But in addition to that, which is not going to be surprising to anybody, there's also some smaller drum being caught along with some big bluefish. Big being 8 to 12 pounders. I know the Hatteras charter boat guys, the guys down there have been doing well on that. So you got that going on. What else have I got on my list here? Speckled trout, and the fall speckled trout bite is picking up steam now. And even though it's dropped off a little bit, there's still a lot of sheephead to be caught. It was a 12-pounder weighed yesterday. Let me tell you something. A 12-pound sheephead is a once-in-a-lifetime sheephead, really, and one of the strongest fish in the ocean. Really, really hard fighting. As a kid catching sheephead in Florida, I used to always be afraid as an 8 or 9-year-old they were going to pull me over the side. They are really a hard fighting fish. So good variety of fish in the Sound and in the backcountry. One thing I did notice with the king tide, a lot of the estuaries are really flooded and high. Like around Longshore, the water's right up to the highway, and therefore I'm not seeing much going on in the estuary, the ditch fishing, the bridge fishing, for instance, on the Stubby Point Highway. Not a whole lot going on there, but it has been good, and we're getting ready to come into the time of year when those fish start moving into these creeks. I think to stay warmer once the water temperature starts dropping. We'll keep you posted on all that's happening there. So that's what's going on fishing. This Saturday is the Youth Day. If your kids are under 16 and into whitetail deer hunting, it's Youth Day. That's great, but not only that, and more important to me, well, just as important to me, it's also the opening of the muzzleloading season. We get 2 weeks, and it's the first 2 weeks of the season, and if we can get a little cool snap, and we've been pretty lucky on the weather for the last month. It's been pleasant. But opening week of muzzleloading is my favorite time to hunt deer in eastern North Carolina. I love a muzzleloader. So keep that in mind. You're going to start seeing some people in the woods come this weekend, and then we'll go on. Our deer season will go on all the way through January the 1st. So that is the long and the short of the fishing and hunting report on this Monday morning. I hope that you get out and get a chance to go fishing, and remember, don't let it intimidate you. This is one of the best areas anywhere in the country that you can go fishing the easiest way and the least expensive. If you go on a pier or a charter boat, you don't even need a fishing license. If you'll go in your local tackle shops, they'll rig you up more affordably than you can imagine, or you can rent tackle, and they'll teach you what is the right bait to use and the importance of today's bait. In other words, fresh bait, not 24-hour-old bait, not frozen bait. They'll show you even the synthetic baits that are so popular. That's why you go to your local tackle shop. So that is what's going on. I hope you have a great day, and may God bless.